Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Footy with Trudy. I'm your host Trudy. I have a nearly full cast here today. I have Skip. Where did he come from? I have Aminu, I have Adosa, and I have Demi here with us today. We're going to talk about the top four, the traditional top four, even though they're not in their places yet, but we hope to see them there at the end of the season. Top four, top problems is the topic today. We're going to dissect what each team's problem is and predict which team is going to finally win the Premier League if and when Manchester City's dominance ever ends. But first, I want to sing a song that I actually heard on another platform. It's a very inclusive song. Everybody listen to the lyrics and sing along if you're in the category. One, two, three, go. Hands up if you're in the FA Cup. Hands up if you're in the FA Cup. Hands up if you're in the FA Cup. What's up, Arsenal? How far? How you guys doing? We're gonna start with Arsenal. Out of the FA Cup, out of the Carling Cup, still in the Champions League and still in the race from the Premier League, kind of. So I'm gonna start with Edosa, our resident Arsenal fan, to tell us what's going on in Arsenal. Any problems or what's happening?
And we didn't pay our subscription for scoring goals the last 2 months. So, I'm hoping that after going to Dubai, we can get some of that city money to put, goals back into the net or balls back into the net. But on the more serious note, though, I think Arsenal are suffering from, I don't even know, tiredness or maybe the players are not the level that we thought they were. I have no idea because they've shot 81 times and scored only 3 times. It's breaking my mind. I can't really do the math on that. Apart from that, the team is fine. Like they're defending well.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if
You
you
guys are
go,
letting in a lot more goals than you used to before. I want to see you're defending well.
yeah, but if you go look at the number of shots that people are taking to score, it's not supposed to even happen the same way that is happening. I think Raya has considered 6 goals on his last 6 shots on target or something ridiculous like that. At that point, it's not the defender. Something is happening that shouldn't happen. All the teams that normally take a lot of shots are basically not taking shots against us now. They're not touching the ball. They're not doing anything. We don't score. So when other people get the chance to shoot, it goes in. How you supposed to do?
What are you
It is
supposed to
what it
do?
is, I guess.
Say just
Yeah.
what it is. I mean,
I just should you before you go. One
go on.
additional question. I'm just asking this, Edosa, but do you think Ateta has sacrificed instead of being more direct, being more threat to goals, has it sacrificed a little bit of that for safety and for basically just for safety in the sense of sometimes keeping the ball? Okay, the way you guys played last season was when you get the ball, you attack straight away. But this time you keep more of possession instead of just going straight for attack. You see the way Liverpool play and a little bit compared to the way City play. That's what I'm talking about. City like to keep control. It's not every time immediately City gets the ball, they're going straight for the attack. But Liverpool, immediately their keeper touch the ball, is going straight for the attack. Everyone is going. My question is just that as Arteta sacrifice a little bit of those direct attacking threat for a little bit of control safety. That's just my own.
It's a bit of both. I was reading something about speed of attacks in Premier League, and apparently City have the slowest attack in the league, and Arsenal have the second or third attack in the league. That said, you can only play what people give you in a sense, right? Last year, nobody expected Arsenal to be the way they were, so people will come out to press, and now if you press, it's a complete waste of time. So what are they going to do? Everybody sits back. You have 3 players on each wing blocking the wingers. Everybody else in a straight line in front of the box. You can't do anything. But if you watch the Champions League games, you see that we're still playing that fast attack because people still don't realize they're not meant to press us.
Yeah, to be honest, after the West Ham game, is it before or after the West Ham game? I agree with you. I thought it was the same thing. Then I saw Tottenham and Liverpool play, and I'm it can't just be what the player is giving you. It has to be something tactical.
No,
Because
no, but so that's so that's the thing. Like it's like watching a City game and realizing nobody ever blocks, nobody packs the bus against City, nobody packs the bus against Liverpool, nobody packs the bus against Man U. Think
They
that you
packed the
should be
bus against
packing.
us, so relax. They packed the bus against us. But everybody packs the bus against us, man, except for this highline tournament that we just played. That is how you defeat Man U. You squeeze, because you know everybody knows that Rashford and them cannot penetrate a load block. But that's Man U's problems for like later on in the segments.
The games I've watched, there's a lot of free flowing, people attacking each other. Man U, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, all those games. So I cannot understand why that's the case.
Top teams won't pack the bus against us because they know they can score.
But everybody, like we played City and we played Liverpool, and they were not trying to run the way they run against other people, because Arsenal will destroy you. They'll still need to figure out how to put the ball in the net after shooting 81 times and scoring 3 times. I'll keep on saying that because it doesn't make any sense. But like, nobody's pressing Arsenal, so Arsenal can't do the transition football. So at the moment, they can't quite shoot on target. But statistics says that will reverse itself. So
hopefully,
it is what
for you
it
guys'
is.
sake. Aminu, what's your take on Arsenal situation?
You know, so surprisingly, I'm gonna say that I do agree with the point that Skip made, that they're playing a little differently this season with a lot more control, and part of that is because of Rice. Like Rice just gives them more stability, but he doesn't, facilitate attacks as quickly as like Partey or Xhaka last season and those guys that were deep for Arsenal. Having said that, I do think that Arsenal is the most balanced team in the league with the deepest squad. There are some deficiencies here and there, but overall, I do believe that the only team that can beat Arsenal, at least this season, with the squads the way they are currently, the only team that can beat Arsenal is Arsenal themselves, right? And there are a number of reasons why I say that. One is just mentality. Like sometimes, they could either be tired or just not up for a specific game, like, the game away to Fulham, where Fulham beat them after they had lost to, I don't know who they played before Fulham. And
West Ham, I think.
West Ham. So they lost to West Ham and Fulham back to back. And the other way that they beat themselves sometimes, quite frankly, we have to say it, is because of Arteta. When he overthinks and he overtinkers with his team, the whole Ramsdale Raya thing, a lot of Arsenal fans are still saying, Ramsdale is a better keeper. For me, I think Raya may be the better keeper for the way Arteta wants to play, but clearly that decision has affected them somewhat this season, as Edosa alluded to him not making some saves that he should. And the last point where they often beat themselves is with their finishing. And that's one of the reasons why the only position that I can say for sure that Arsenal need an upgrade in is the striker position. Arsenal fans will argue that goals can come from other places, but you don't want too much reliance on certain players and then they drag the whole team down when they're off form. Because that's what happened last season. When some players dropped their form, the title contention went off the rails. And this season, Saka is not up to it like he should be. Martinelli is definitely not up to it, and he's now in and out of the team as well. So I definitely think the striking position is a position, although Arsenal fans disagree, I think the striking position is an easy fix. It doesn't have to be a 100 mil striker, but it has to be just a dependable option that you can put in there that is a match winner as well, right? Because when you look at City, even with their thin squad this season, they still have match winners like Haaland,
Alvarez,
Silva,
Foden.
Alvarez. You can include Alvarez and Foden, but I think those ones are a step below. But Haaland, Silva, and obviously the magician himself, KDB, like those are players that can help you win a game on their own. And I think Arsenal, their current team, only Saka, you can say, has that sort of ability, and he's not performing to that level currently. So if everything if every team played at their best, I think no one is touching Arsenal. And as Edosa mentioned, Liverpool, City, they don't play Arsenal with an abandoning caution. They always play them very reserved now because they give them that respect, right? So definitely, I think if Arsenal start scoring their chances, and they stop giving away soft goals, then I think they easily get back into that title contention. I know they won 1-6 or 1-5 in the Premier League, but City has gone through a spell where they were 1-6 this season, so it can happen to anybody. So once they clean up some of these issues. Who is us? I beg. So if they clean up these issues, I honestly think Arsenal is very balanced and solid all around. But we'll have to see where they go this season.
Question for Dami, just so I can get his take on this. Do you think it's feasible for Arsenal, if they were to bring in a pure finishing striker, would it match their gameplay? Because they need Jesus to go back to defend like he normally does, and they need him up front to score at the same time, because bro is just all over. His map is all over the field. If they have a pure finishing striker like an Ivan Toney or an Osimhen who doesn't really go like do that Bruno thing to go all the way to the back to, bro, you're beside the center back, man. How are you gonna be scoring over there? Can that fit Arteta's system? Is that truly what they need? You muted yourself twice. There you go.
Yeah, I definitely feel so. Every team always needs a goal scorer, and that's the thing with Jesus, is as much as he gives defensively, his goal return isn't that elite enough. So yeah, I think having a guy that is always there to take away chances will make a big difference for their points difference. Because I mean, yeah, we've over the years we've seen that Jesus is not capable of, or so far has not shown that he's capable of hitting like your 20-25 goals on a steady, per season. So I would definitely say that a guy who will give goals will definitely be worth more than the defensive contribution, because at the end of the day, they're still conceding and losing despite
True.
Jesus' defensive work. So
efforts.
Yeah.
Edosa, last word on this.
Yeah, so I hear you guys, but I cannot connect to the whole striker thing because, I mean, does Jesus help us play better? Sure, but like he's been injured for like 20 games and Arsenal was still fine. Like, so it's not that you want a finisher. It's that in the entire Premier League, Arsenal are the only ones going at it with 22-year-olds on both sides. Like, and the person behind them is also
Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea's
but like,
a
they're
young
not
team
serious.
too, man.
Arsenal are younger than Chelsea. So people don't realize that every single thing you want to run for Chelsea, Arsenal have it, and probably even worse, because they even have a smaller squad.
They don't.
They have a smaller squad than Chelsea.
They have new players to the Premier League. Chelsea does.
That you don't pay the kind of fees they're paying for their players, and they run that gimmick. Like, you can't be buying 90 million players and saying, oh, they are new. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, they are.
It doesn't. Let them hire you for 150,000 a year. Tell them you're new to the job. Don't perform. You will get fired. Like, there's no other way to look at it. You can see how stupid Devil saying that because he agrees. Like, you can't spend that much money on a player.
We'll talk about Chelsea next.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly though, like, I think Arsenal need another winger in a killer type fashion. Like, it's easy to say, oh, they need a 25 goal striker. How many strikers scored 25 goals in the EPL in the last 10 years? There's only 3 of them. Like, and they score it every single season. The rest, everybody's at 15 or 17. And those ones
A,
that 15
a
or 17
15
play for
plus
small team.
striker would change Arsenal season though. You don't
Guess
need
what?
it.
Jesus scored 12 and he missed half the season last year. He was on
We're not
track
talking
for
about
20.
last year.
No, but even this year, he's on track for goals. He's on track for 15, 17,
So
despite
if
the
you
fact
if,
that
if
he's
you have
not
scored
scoring.
if you have scored that 20, how many more points will you guys have gotten?
Last season,
Yeah,
would
The
have
injuries.
won.
maybe
Injuries.
exactly.
He's injured.
Injuries.
But
Well,
then,
injured.
again, okay,
Fitness
see
adds to your
Isak.
quality.
Isak is a very good finisher, always injured.
I was injured too.
Haaland is an incredible finisher, always injured. Until last year. Last year was the first time he played the whole season without injury.
He didn't even play the whole season.
So question: which wing do you think Arsenal needs to?
They need someone that plays both
45.
wings, loves to dribble, and can run faster than everybody else on the field. That's why they're going for Modric.
Like who?
That's why they're going for Modric. Now, it turns out Modric might be rubbish, but the speed and ability to dribble is still there. Now, where are they going to buy that type of
This
player?
is his first game, Sha, so I don't know what's going on.
No, that's not true. Watch that guy. There's a move he makes from left into the middle of the pitch. Unstoppable. Completely unstoppable. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Just that once he gets there, he doesn't know what to do with the ball. That's what they saw. They thought they could bring it out of him. But like, striker to do what? Like, the players can't even cross the ball in because there's 3 players on there. Like, what is the striker going to be doing? That's why Jesus is important, because he can come back and join midfield. Tony, that everybody is shouting, doesn't score that many goals in reality. It's the Lincoln play that made him someone people talk about. He scored 20 last year, 10 were penalties or something ridiculous like that. So what exactly are we buying?
But so even if it's a striker that comes off the bench, right? Like I said, it doesn't need to be like 100 mil striker that
Okay.
is
So
starting
if you
every game.
want a striker that comes off the bench, tell me how many sub strikers scored 10 this season. Because Arsenal have one on the bench already. 2 on the bench actually. Trossard and Nketiah.
So it's not, so those are different, those are more winger type strikers, right? You need
Nketiah is
a
not a
more,
winger type anything.
Nketiah to me plays, doesn't he also play off the right from time to time? So I mean,
I have never
he does
seen
play
him
like
on the
it.
right. No, never. I've seen him on the left once. Never on the right.
He does play on the wing from time to time.
Never. He plays on
The left is
wing.
the wing.
You just said
I've seen him
We have to
come
wrap up
on
Arsenal.
once.
We have to wrap up on Arsenal. We have to wrap up on Arsenal.
Arsenal
That's
need
what
a
I'm
winger, a fast,
and
deadly
Modric is the
winger.
answer.
He's not
Let's
the
get some
answer.
Modric.
They need to go and buy that PSV guy. What's his name?
Oh, you can
Bakayoko or something like that.
Oh yeah, Bakayoko. I was like, Bakayoko? Chelsea's Bakayoko? Well, no, it's not. It's a different Bakayoko.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chelsea, Skip, what's going on?
The
Pochettino.
What do you think the problem is?
That's a loaded question. I don't think we can just point to like one thing and be like, oh, that's just the problem with Chelsea. They are like it's like divided into like 3-4 parts. When I look at like the owners, let me start with the owners. Like, do they have good intentions?
Of course,
Like-
they bought you a whole new team.
Yes, their intentions are good. Like, the owners, their intentions are good. They've put the money where their mouth is, and they've done everything they said they're going to do. So I'm not going to sit and be like, oh yeah, this is on the owners. Then I go to the sporting directors and all of the sporting directors and the sporting director. Let me just group them, the Scotland and everything. And I look at them, and this is their first year. They came in beginning of summer, end of the season. They came in, and I'm looking at most of, like, the players Chelsea have gotten since like January till like this summer, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, almost all these players, when I'm looking at them, they are not Bakayokos that you can say like, where's your, like, you cannot play football. They can play football. It's just okay. I'm using this example. Who remember Vinicius like 2 years ago when Benzema was like, don't pass to these guys like he's playing
Yes.
against us.
Yep.
When you look at Vinicius back then, you can see something there. It's just matter
His
of
internet went, right?
time
Is it just I
and
can't
going
hear
on
you
like
anymore.
individual
Yeah.
training, not
Okay.
someone
It's like
like.
this now better.
Can you guys hear me? Wait. I think I got lost there. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah, you can hear you
Okay,
back.
now
Go
so
on.
like going back to Phoenicians, like
Mhm.
you can look at the player like and be like, oh, at least there's something there. It's just matter of individual training and also like the coach coaching them. But like all these players, I can see things there. Like they are not players that you'd be like, oh, they shouldn't be playing in Premier League. They are like they are players you will see and you'd be like, what is this? Like Ayew in Crystal Palace or what's his name? You'd be like, what are you doing in Premier League? There are players like that. So I see it. Now let's go to Pochettino. Pochettino throughout this season, he hasn't like there's no one time he has picked the best available 11 that can be like, oh, this is the best available 11, hands down. Because beginning of the season, okay, preseason, everything we did in preseason, immediately the season start, he stopped doing everything.
It's because
None of
Nkunku
the-
got injured.
So
was centered
because of
around
one player,
Nkunku.
you just because of one player, you change everything.
Bro was the
Like-
edge to your spear, bro, and it was gone. Like you have to start
But
Because
still,
from
you just
Nkunku,
don't
you
change
go to
everything.
Jackson. That's
But
why.
you don't change everything that was working. You change some things, but not everything. So he has never picked. So I'm like, okay, I'm not his biggest fan, but I'm looking at him like, if they sack him, what are they going to bring in now? Like, bring Lampard back? Are you kidding me? Like, is that where we're going? Like, so I'm looking at it. I want him gone, but at the same time, I'm not the kind of guy that will be crying without bringing a solution.
Thank
So
you.
I'm like,
Thank you.
why are they
Please,
bringing him now?
let's
Because
remember that.
everybody wants to point finger. It's easy to point finger like a crack wall or a crack sink, but do you know how to fix it? So like, like, so do you know how to fix the problem? So that's the thing. So like, it's just not one thing. It's couple of like everybody has their own faults, and at the end of the day, I can only be like, at least now I don't have a say in this thing. So I can only see where they like how they fix up and how they correct and like. But what I can say about the owner is, whatever they say, they back it up. Like they just don't talk and no action. They stay and they back it up. And when they make mistakes, they'll be like, oh yeah, we make a mistake. Let's go. Like there are not people that will make mistake and they will double down on that mistake. Like a lot of owners do that. They will make a mistake and they'll be like, let's double down on it. Like at that point, I'm going to be like, okay, I understand. So yeah.
Skip. Don't worry, I feel you, man. I understand what you're saying. I feel you completely. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who's a Chelsea fan, and he said something that really made me think. Because I like to always look at things from other people's point of view. I don't just point fingers like a crack wall. He was like, "Is there realistically? This is a new squad. Basically, it's a new team. It's a new squad. How many teams can you really just give them a whole new 11 plus bench, and they just start firing that same season? It doesn't happen. It
And do you
actually
know the
doesn't
funny
happen.
thing? Do you know the funny thing? You guys have known me for a few years now. It's like I've always talked about how Chelsea, how Abramovich has always been like all issues as Chelsea. He come and he fix it. He doesn't fix it like long term. It's just like short term. And hey, I love him for that because he's not the kind of one like he just comes in short term. He fixes it. But now these people came in and they were like, we're not doing short term again. We want to do like medium, long term solution. And then they went to go change whatever they have to do. So hey, we just have to live through it and see what the answer is at the end of the day. So yeah.
What's your take on this?
So the point about the sporting director, I can defer to Skip on that one. Like the signings have been all over the place, but I mean, as an owner, I think Todd is probably new to football or something, but he wants to support the team and he has given them an open checkbook. And unfortunately, the sporting directors are not doing a good job of recruitment. Where I seriously disagree with Skip is with the manager. Like Chelsea have a disjointed team. they've had lots of injuries, and I have watched Chelsea games. I have seen Chelsea players assist
about that.
the opposition.
Sorry about that.
I have seen Chelsea players botch a three on
Open net.
keeper, a three on keeper counter attack. I've seen Chelsea players miss open nets. Like, unless you want the manager to go out there on the field and score these goals by himself or defend this assist by the player sabotaging him, supporting the ops, then I don't know what you want me to do. I understand that he's not perfect. I'm not saying he always chooses the best 11. I'm not saying his tactics are always the best, but this is a team that I can confidently say is performing better than a United team that is should supposedly have more stability and a more tactical manager that some people on this panel wanted instead of Poch. So I don't want to hear all
the
this.
hell wanted this guy
Poch.
over Poch? Okay,
They know themselves now. Some of them are wearing green. So that's just the truth. It's hard for me to. So there's enough blame to go around, but when I look at that blame pie, Poch has the smallest slice in that pie. The players, when we talk about blame the players, Chelsea is a good example of a team that you need to look at the players sometimes. Sabotage after sabotage.
No. Quick question. I can tell you 50% of those chances, 50% of those chances, even more than of those destroying 3-on-1 counter and other, is on Sterling. Do you know how many times Sterling has chances? And he keeps picking Sterling week in, week out. Nobody
So
has
He's the most experienced player.
You should pick Modric instead of
just because you are
Sterling.
experienced,
Sorry,
there's
run the
certain
ball
things
out
you
of
don't do. Just because you are experienced, there's certain things you don't do. Madueke should have played more than the amount of game he has played this season. Because every time this guy comes in, again, he's not a finished product. It's not this thing. He has actually done more than Sterling. Okay, an example this weekend.
Modric?
Madueke.
Oh, Madueke. Oh, don't scare me.
This weekend,
This sounds like a Nelson take. Like, Nelson needs to play more.
If you watch Chelsea this weekend against Fulham, if you know how many times actually Sterling was one-on-one with that's the right back, get a shot on, get across the touch player and everything. This guy just shoots into the player. Like in the first half, I counted at least 5 instances. Like, leave any other in the top 10, any other top 10 team winger there. They are getting a shot of, they're doing something, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't care who you play there at this point. Just not Sterling. And also, when we go to the director of football, people are talking about the director. They just started working this summer. Like, what are they meant to do? Fix all the problems in one summer? Because before, in January, that was Poch. That was Poch and the other dude that handled the January. Before the January, that was Tuchel that basically went to go buy Eric Dyer, good coach, but I can never trust his scout this thing. So if everybody is passing blame around, like, it's not on these directors it's not on the new directors of football. That's just it. So yeah.
Dami, who do you think is to blame for Chelsea's woes, so to speak? Is he frozen? He's perfectly still. I think he's frozen.
It's an epidemic, man. He's on that Fido internet too. They know that.
I don't know that category freeze, bro.
Oh my god, do so, please. Yeah.
Well, the blame for Chelsea is Chelsea. It's called karma, bitch. All the karma, all the bad karma for the 20 years of pain It's
So
finally
you
coming home
guys
to
can't hear me or
roost.
see me.
On this, on the more serious note, I think, like, the most sympathetic side of me sees the whole argument of, young team, new sporting director, new this, new that. But at the end of the day, like, there's a price you pay for a player that you can't use that as the excuse anymore. So, like, you have experienced wingers, you have experienced goalies, you have experience in your defense. You bought some of the highest rated center backs in the league, and you have one of them that nobody wants to. No, seriously, they have some
They
most
didn't-
experienced center backs in the league.
I thought you said they bought. I'm like, no, I don't
They
remember
also
them buying
bought, like, when they
From the
bought
league?
that.
They didn't buy anybody from the league.
No. Like I said, just in general, like players that
Okay.
people that you look at and be like, oh, these guys have great potential. They have Levi Colville and they have
Bajashil.
Badashiu and the other one that they bought the other year from France. Disasi. They bought left backs, right backs. They have his James. They have Caicedo. They have Enzo. They have Gallagher. I'm just saying, like, at
This
some
is a
point.
part-time
Gallagher,
player.
stop, relax, man. Don't call
No,
Gallagher.
look, I don't dare. Gallagher is going to go for 15 million, and it will not be to a rubbish team. You can write that down anywhere you want to write it down.
30 million out of that 50 million is English tax. Easy.
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
It is, though, but it is. It is.
But it really
but
doesn't
Chelsea-
matter.
But they are good at selling players.
And that's
It
an
doesn't-
good at selling players.
But yeah, sure. But then you will say, okay, maybe it will be a rubbish team that will buy the person. But like Gallagher is going to go to a top 5, top 6 team when he leaves them.
To Arsenal. man.
He's
gonna go to
I don't know
Arsenal.
what kind of juju they do. What is the
It's
juju? But go
possible.
on.
It's possible it might be Arsenal. Apparently, Arteta likes him. I'm not sure why, but
course,
that's an
of
Arteta
course.
problem.
Of
But
course.
at the end of the day, you see that he has things in his game. There are ways that this guy could have positioned his team. I mean, at the end of the day, like, see, I don't rate Poch. He was this team manager, Tottenham manager. He managed to not win the league 3 times in a row in France. I don't think there's anything really special about the guy. So, as for Chelsea, how do they fix themselves? They need to change everything. Like, you know how my argument for Ten Hag is
They
that
just
he
did.
can't manage.
They just changed everything.
No, they haven't changed anything. All they've done is buy highly rated young players and call it a day. No structure, no plan on how to use them, no anything. So what do they change? That's how they've always been. They buy highly rated players, use you for 2 years, and sell you for a profit, accounting profit, and call it a day. Buy another high rated player, all the way to their under 13. That's how they operate. They've not changed anything. So until Poch calls Todd to decide and like, yo, my guy, I have a job to do, man. Sign me my players. Because I can't keep doing this with all of these things you're buying me. He's not going to succeed. Because if you look at Arteta, the first 2 years, it was fine with them buying players that were young. But now that he wants to win something, like,
enough
please,
of
I
this.
need you to drop that 100 million on a player.
Enough of this.
65 million on like an adult. Let me know that I have adults in my team. Right? So, no, I don't really... Because all the excuses you want to use for them, Arsenal have it. And nobody tells Arsenal sorry. So, no, I don't really care about Chelsea and their problems. Actually, the funny thing is that Chelsea are just a mid-table team. When you see them that way, everything makes sense. Because there are plenty of mid-table teams that spend money on players that don't go anywhere. And that's fair enough. I'm done.
Aston Villa teams. All right, let's talk about Man U. Let's talk about Manchester United. Skip, what do you think Man U's problem is? This is what I'm gonna start with Skip because I know he has sense. Okay, from time
For
to time.
United, for United, like, they are similar to Chelsea in the sense that, like, there's more than enough blames, like, to pass around. You can share that and all that. Should we start from? I'm going to start
Like in
from
the
the
sofa.
coach.
Yes.
Yeah, I can start from the coach. Like,
Stats.
when he came in, or everything he promised, he's not doing.
Relax then. All right, stop.
Yeah, everything he promised, he's not doing. Because he said, okay, so in like an interview, I saw an interview where he said his team cannot play the way his Ajax team
Yes,
played.
that was a
But
madness.
then I saw those players at Tottenham that Conte was telling me last season what they were. Look at what they're doing on this.
No. Stop.
Wait. No. What they're doing on the
Looking for a
Tottenham
notebook to
coach.
write these things. Okay, go on.
And at this point, there are some players. At this point, my belief is just that, like in general, like as far as players prove once before is good, there's no manager that can convince me that player is now useless, except when you're like hold. It's just that you can't get that particular manager cannot get the best out of that particular player. You cannot tell me Anthony is not a good player. He's a good player. You cannot tell me Sancho is not a good player. He's a good player. Like all these people, you cannot tell me they are not good players. It's just that the manager cannot get the best out of them. That's just it. And also, I believe, okay, I haven't made up my mind up about this, but I want to see the way Benzema will react to United wanting him and Ten Hag wanting him before I reach a conclusion, because the way he treated Ronaldo, Sancho, and also the rumors that are coming out about Varane. Again, I'm not there. Varane haven't said anything, so I'm not just saying the rumor. The way he's treating Varane and what was his name? Casemiro. If those two guys, again, I'm just saying they are rumors, and that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't made up my mind yet, up yet. If it's true the way he treated them, and he's treating them, I don't think Benzema will go to United for any reason, and that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting to see what happens.
Not complete. Should not
But then let's go to like the owners and the board and all of that. The owners are not interested in managing United, or like they just be like, take money, go, someone else should go do it. That's someone's problem. But as a owner, I believe you need to care. You need to be hands-on. You don't have to go scouting players, picking players, and all of that. But you need to be interested. And the people they've put in charge have mismanaged most of the resources and the funds. And I think I blame Sir Alex Ferguson for that in particular. This is why one single person shouldn't. You should never control the club from bottom to the top. Because immediately you leave, what then you expect other people to pick up? Like, is incredible hard to pick up. So when you leave the club, and that's the problem most of these things. Like when the one single coach direct everything from the tactics to what's going on in the boardroom, when the guy leaves, then they have to start bringing in new people that are going to fill in. Then they will have their own ideas that doesn't go with what's already there. Can you guys hear me? So I think that's everything that is wrong with United. But like,
Aminu. Hold on.
So first of all, Fergie has been retired for over a decade now. I mean, well, talking 12 years plus. So we can't keep blaming him. Although I did blame him for choosing Moyes back in the day, but that goes to a larger issue. You've touched on some of it. I don't want to go too much on like the owner situation. Everybody knows that the Glazers have not been great owners of the team in terms of how they've looked after the team and invested in the team. In the last couple of years, they started spending more money, but it took a long time.
I'm gonna wait. The thing is that because Dami is here, the recording stopped, so I don't know what's happening. Oh, Dami, can you hear us?
He was on a work call.
Yeah, but he came back. Because the thing that's 5 minutes, Dami is preventing recording from happening. I don't know why. Said we should tell him to either log off or refresh his page. The time is still going, so I don't know. I hope it's still recording. I can't bounce somebody off. Wish I knew how to do that. But he's not responding to either phone or text.
But it's showing everybody is recording except Dami.
Okay, maybe that's what it meant, that Dammy himself is not recording. But I don't know. But this one, he's not even responding to our texts or our calling.
He's responding on WhatsApp.
Okay,
Yeah, I see the recording icon on everybody else
everybody.
except him.
Responded. All right, go start your spiel with Manu again. Go on. 40th
All
second.
right. Yes, I was just saying. Yeah. So Fergie has been retired for over a decade. Like I don't necessarily agree that he shoulders any of the blame. I do understand that having someone manage the club top to bottom for so long, um, definitely requires a transition period. But I mean, how many how many years do we need to transition away from that if you have capable and competent people running the club, right? So the owners well documented that they've not supported the team and led the team the way they should have, and the entire structure of the team has been a problem, from the lack of a sporting director to have sensible say in all the transfers that are coming in um, every season, to having more of a financial or a marketing approach to the team just to boost revenues as opposed to trying to win titles, right? So the structure has definitely been an issue. And I would also argue that, and this is a hot take, all of the managers, every last manager since Fergie retired, has been bad for this team. And all of them brought their own players, and all their players, we have this team with jumbo players from different managers. That, fair enough, when you come into a team, you still have to make use of who's there and make your own improvements. So for me, that brings me to the final issue. Although I do think that this team needs a sporting director first and foremost before anything else. Getting a competent sporting director that will oversee, the structure of the team, recruiting, and revamp. They can revamp their scouting process. Although the scouts valued Anthony at 25 mil, but some guy decided he was worth 80 mil. But yeah, that brings me to Ten Hag. And what I've seen this season, I am very worried. And at this point, I don't think he's the right manager to move the team forward. Although my preference would be for a sporting director to come in first. Ten Hag worries me. The signings he's made, we can complain about the takeover situation that put the team in turmoil. We can talk about the injuries that the team has had this season. These are valid points. Don't get me wrong. But based on the players at his disposal, everyone keeps telling me that the players are to blame, the players are not good. And that's fair enough if we're talking about winning the title. But when we're talking about outplaying Luton or outplaying Sheffield or freaking playing Bournemouth at home, like, come on, like these things, I can't accept that with the players at his disposal, you cannot get a result against. Well, we did get a result against Sheffield and Luton, but they were all like fluke results, wonder goals. I think Sheffield, Bruno had a wonder goal, or it was
Burnley. That was Burnley.
Oh, that was Burnley. So Sheffield was Lindelof
and Delort.
No, that was So Delort was Luton.
Okay.
So in 3 of these games against relegation fodder that have been dashing everybody points, not only did Man U struggle in those games, it took like some strange wonder goal to get anything out of those games.
That's just points too now.
And his obsession with the players he keeps picking. It took him a long time to drop Rashford. Okay, fine enough. That's your star boy that you hitched your ride to. You gave him 370k a week, and he basically had an insane season last season. Okay, fair enough. But at some point, you could see that he wasn't performing well. He wasn't doing the things that were putting the team in the best position to win games. But you played him for so long till you eventually dropped him. His obsession with Anthony on the right when he could have played other players like Pelestri. I don't even know what's going on with Ahmad now. I don't know if he's
injured, not
he's
injured.
he's injured again.
I'm guessing he went for AFCON because he's Ivorian. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't know about that one, but and then his obsession with McTominay. Like these are things that
He's
you
not
can
obsessed.
see.
He's not obsessed with Tony. Stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Once McTominay came on against Brentford, another game that was dreadful. Struggled the entire game. He brought on McTominay, and this guy scored 2 goals in injury time.
No.
He's been playing him ever since. It's just recently that he dropped him, and it's worrisome for me when that I have no coaching credentials. I don't even know anything about football, Seth. I can see that if McTominay is not scoring goals, he's doing nothing on that pitch. How can a coach that is seeing the number of touches this guy has on the pitch, seeing the number of passes that he makes, seeing his invisibility on defense, you keep on picking this guy? To me, it doesn't make any sense. And finally, just to wrap up on the manager, this team, you cannot tell me what they are trying to do on the pitch every single game. You look at Chelsea, you can have your qualms with Poch, they have a style of play. You look at new managers like Postecoglou, they have a style of play. Yes, it might just be highline, all the things, but that's what you're getting out of Spurs. You look at this Man U team, you cannot tell what they are trying to achieve on that pitch, except if it is the Ole brand of football, which is pack the bus, ball over the top to Rashford, and see what he can do with it. I mean, if you saw the game against Spurs, that was a team devoid of any sort of tactical plan in that Spurs game, other than let's get the ball over the top for Rashford to run into and try and make something happen. And until these things change, like I don't see any way forward with this team. So for me, like it probably has to start with the manager.
Okay. I need to say something. You guys have given me a lot to work. I need to have addressed each of your points while you were saying it. Or you said so much, I'm going to forget a few. I'm going to start with what Skip said about Conte saying these guys cannot play. I have to preference it with what I've said in the chat many times. The first thing every manager does is bring his own players. No manager is successful after replacing another manager with that previous manager's players. That's just fact. You come in, you bring your own players. You can struggle with the old...
Define success first. What do you mean by success?
Better than they were before.
Spurs not better than what they were before.
Let me land. I'll get to... That's what I'm getting to. Poch, Ange brought his own players. Right? What's his name?
Which players did Ange bring?
Madison. Hold on.
First of all, Madison hasn't played. Okay.
Wait, that's what. Let me land. Madison, this Vanda, whatever, this defender where nobody had ever heard of. Yeah, the keeper that nobody had ever heard of. Destiny Udogie. Yeah, Destiny Udogie. All these guys that nobody had ever heard of. He brought them. They started balling, right? Injuries to these players started. That's when he now had to play Conte's guys that couldn't play. Then they started dropping points. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Madison is still injured.
Yeah, no, Madison is still injured. Yeah, and are they just still dropping points? They're fifth now. That's what I'm talking about. This Vander, whatever guy, he just came back.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. You mentioned Madison. If you're losing Madison or you're losing Ken, which loss is bigger for you?
That's not the point.
No, that's the point.
He never had Kane. He never had Kane. But he
Conte
never
had
had
Kane. No,
No,
Conte
I'm talking
had
about
Kane.
Ange. Ange never had
No,
Kane.
yes, but like
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that Conte had Kane,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying he need more. This guy doesn't have Kane, which has Kane, and he had Madison. We're comparing Madison, like, and even in the defensive
No, but
unit,
that's not the point, though. The point is he came, he brought his own players. We're not talking about who is better and who is more deadly as a striker. He came, he brought his own players. When his players started getting injured, they started regressing. When he had to play the Ben Davies and Eric Dyer and all these guys that were under Conte, that's when they started dropping points. That's exactly what happened. We saw it in front of our eyes. So I don't know what your point is in regards to that. Conte's players were bad. When he started playing Conte's players, that's when they started dropping points.
Okay.
Same thing with Ten Hag.
How many players were missing in the last game that they played against Man U?
How many
for
players
Spurs?
were missing? Five starters. Five starters were missing. But that's
Okay.
with Son and AFCON and all these things, right?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
mean, if Kane was there, you're not going to tell me that he doesn't want Kane because Kane is not his player. So Son is an integral part of the team. Yes,
Yeah,
yes or no?
yeah, yeah, he is.
So him being missing is a big deal, whether or not Ange brought him in. My point is, regardless of who is out there for Spurs, for even Villa, these are teams that have new managers. You can still see the team's identity in
I'm getting
how
there.
they want to
I'm
play.
getting there. I'm getting
And
there.
they are still
Relax.
performing to
Relax.
a reasonable level.
Let me get there.
Is that not true?
Let me
No,
get
no,
there.
wait. Are they
That's
not,
true.
even
That's
when
true.
they were dropping points, were they
There
not
was-
still performing to a reasonable level? I'm
Yes, they
not talking
were.
exactly. So I'm
They
not talking
were.
about. I'm not asking. I'm not asking Ten Hag to go and win the title or to be a top 2 team in the league. What I'm saying is consistency in the team, identity in the team.
They
that
cannot be.
you can build on for the next season.
But
You
they
can't
can-
start
no, but,
from zero
I mean,
every
hold on,
single
hold
time
on,
one player
hold on.
goes out of the team.
But it's not one player, guy. It's five of our starting back that went away. That's one thing you guys keep saying injuries happen to everybody. Guy, 5 of your starting back is gone. Come on. Keep
if
in mind,
five-
hold on.
No.
Keep in mind that I keep saying this thing. McTominay. You said it. McTominay is so bad. People from the academy come to the midfield and play better than him and nobody bats an eye. It's normal to us.
But he keeps picking him.
He keeps picking him because of injuries. When Eriksen and Casemiro are healthy, McTominay does not see the pitch. He doesn't. He just started picking him when those two got injured. Who else do you want him to pick? He brought somebody from the academy, for Christ's sake. Who else do you want him to pick?
He could have played 2 academy kids after seeing how one
guy,
academy
relax.
kid was
Guy,
playing
relax.
better than
Guy,
McTominay.
come on, man.
That's just the
Come
reality.
on. Because-
Anybody would have been better than McTominay. But let me address your point. Are you telling me that if 5 players were missing for Spurs or for Villa, you would not be able to recognize that team as they were early on in the season? Is that what you're saying?
If the 5 people who are replacing them are the people that got the previous manager fired, because they've proven that you cannot do what I'm asking you to do. That's why I brought my own players. My players are injured. I have to play these guys that have proven they cannot do anything, and everybody is shocked that something is happening. Come on, man. What's the surprise here? For the past 3, hold on. For the past 3-4 managers, these guys have been doing the same thing. Scott, Bruno, you cannot win a title with Bruno on your team. This bro is a turnover legend. Him and Rashford, turnover legend. So how many managers are going to come and try to teach you? Please, can you just keep possession of this ball, Bikonu? Please, just keep possession of this ball. Bruno's like, nah, B. Or L1 triangle, go turnover time. Bro, what is this, man? What is this? Keep possession of this ball. He's not listening. Do you think that the past 3-4 managers have come and said, Rashford? Yeah, that's right. Rashford, there are 3 modes of Rashford. 3. And this is related to Sterling. And also, you talk after this. When Rashford has the ball, one of 3 things happens. Number 1, he dribbles off the field for goal kick. Number 2, Sterling settings. He shoots the ball into the man. Number 3, in attempts to do number 2, luckily, he nutmegs the defender and it's a goal. That's Rashford for you. That's what we're paying 370 something K a week for. That's the only three things he does: run out of the pitch, shoot the ball against the man, or luckily that shot is nutmegged and is a goal. I lie. And these are the guys you're like, oh, bro, you should be doing better with these guys. The guys that got previous managers fired. Come on, man. These five, ain't nobody winning with these five. But then, like I said in the chat, that's just like Arteta buying Rice. Rice gets injured, all the midfielders are injured, he has to start El Neni. And suddenly the Donuts team, there's a big hole in their midfield because El Neni is there. And everybody's saying, Arteta out. Bro, what do you want me to do? My players are injured. I'm playing the shit player of the previous manager and we're losing. Big surprise. What's happening here?
So you're talking about deficiencies in the team rather than the way the team as a whole performs in general. Like El Neni coming in for Partey or Rice, obviously there is going to be a drop off. That should be expected. No one is saying that if Salah that is AFCON now, there shouldn't be a drop off in the production from the right. No one is saying that, but in terms of how the team performs in general, it shouldn't change that much without Salah there. They will just start playing the ball maybe more to the left than they used to, than playing exactly. It to the right.
But that's our problem is not left or right. Our problem is middle. Bruno is nowhere to be found because he's trying to get the ball from defense and he's spraying the ball around. McTominay is an invisible man. An 18-year-old guy is on his own there. And you're so always surprised when guys transition us from attack to defense so easily. And this is because of injuries. Casemiro starts when he's healthy. Eriksen starts when he's healthy. These two are gone. We have to do McTominay now. We're back to Ole days. We're back to Ralph days. This is... I don't know, man. Edosa.
So I hear you. You, but I think sometimes it's a very simple solution. Like the diagnosis is fairly simple, just like in Chelsea. I'm going to try not to talk too much. Man United are immutable team, and everything makes sense. Like Arsenal were immutable team 4 years ago, and if you look at it from that lens, everything made sense. So Ten Hag, I don't rate him because he's one of the few managers that actually got their job before the season ended. So he had a lot of time to figure out what he wanted to do with that team. And he's resigned a lot of these players that are complaining about. So again, Rashford, he gave Maguire a contract. No, not Maguire. He gave Johnny Evans a contract and had resigned him for another year. He gave... I'm pretty sure McTominay has signed a new contract while he's there. He tried to give De Gea a new contract. He's the one that signed Anthony. He signed a slow DM that does not pass well to play as a lone six in Premier League. He signed a short centre back that everybody started targeting for the fun of it.
That's our best, yeah.
But it's sure. But then Mustafi used to be our best centre back, and so was Pastor Potopoulos, where the hell calls himself. And there was a time when we were saying Lichtsteiner was the best left back in the world. And there was a time when we were talking about Cedric like, he could save us. It's called being a mid-table team, and it is just what it is, right? So Ten Hag needs to go even before you find a director of football, because that guy gonna ruin you, man. Like. It's like how they fired Emery. In fact, I can tell you next year, Emery will be fired by Aston Villa. There are just some managers like that. It's just the way they are. They shine for a bit, they make you think everything is good. It's not agenda. He's been fired from every club he's ever been in because he gives you one very nice season and then the next year you are done. There's nothing he can. He brings out the absolute most out of you and then he just kills everybody in the team in the process.
Just a quick point. You say Man U is a mid-table team.
Yeah.
And maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But the way they perform, they are performing like a bottom half team. That is my own issue. They can be mid-table.
What part of the mid-table are you talking about, though? Mid-table is like 8
How about 6 to 10 now?
6 to 10 is not mid-table. Because people in 6 and 7 can still sneak into
No, those
like
are
European
European
players.
sports, not sneaky.
Yeah,
Those are European
mid-table
sports.
is
6, 7 is
8 to 12, 13. Those are
13.
things
Yeah,
that
that's mid-table.
there's so much variance in how they
If-
play.
if-
That's why you play a Bournemouth and all of a sudden they're playing very well. But then the next 3 games, 4 games, they see everybody giving them 5, 6.
Okay,
That
so
variance.
then I don't agree. I would say Man U are at least a top 10 team. They should never, with that squad, they should never be a bottom 10 team. I disagree with that.
Any team
mean-
that McTominay has to start in is a relegation team.
I
To
don't-
touch McTominay.
I don't
You
I
see
don't
McTominay
even
in West Ham
No.
in
Don't
a
touch
proper
it.
structure.
West Ham
Don't touch
almost
him.
bought him.
They won't touch him.
West Ham almost
West
bought
Ham
him.
almost-
They'll buy him. Then they won't play him.
No,
Simple.
but like see,
You'll see.
that's
When
not
there's a
true.
proper
Like
structure, you'll see.
if you see the Edison guy they bought, Edison, what's not that DM they bought from Ajax? Like the guy
Alvarez?
doesn't do anything on the pitch other than slide tackle and not actually complete any tackle while he's doing it. Just hard guy all over the pitch. Doesn't do anything. If you tell McTominay to stay there and just be a body, I'm sure he can do it. What if I'm between McTominay and Dokure at Everton? Just top players running around.
Relax. Dokure
Structure.
can
Only
drive.
thing-
Dokure can drive. McTominay can't drive.
Have you put
Dokure
McTominay somewhere to
McTominay
drive?
Also pass.
cannot. Yeah, relax. I'll take Dokure. I'll take him. I will likely take him. McTominay cannot. He can't do anything, bro.
Yeah, he can't do anything, but he can't do anything. But he's scoring goals for his country. Winning them games they should not be winning.
That's the
Same
same
thing.
thing.
He's
That's the same thing
he's
he's
just
doing
like a
here.
second striker.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
it's like that thing you guys were saying about how Arsenal need one player that scores goals all the time. Like in United, given that Rashford doesn't score, Anthony is a waste of time. Bruno basically scores once every 5 games. He's probably the only person that consistently scores for you guys.
Then play
if
him
you
as
give
a
him a
striker. Don't put him in the mid. Then play him as
Well,
put him
again,
forward.
so
Don't put him in the mid, bro.
so we're back to Ten Hag.
Put him in the mid.
We're back to Ten Hag. If he's supposed to be someone that
Exactly.
can play as a striker, we're back to Ten Hag. If he's
Because
supposed to be someone that can play as a DM.
around. Nobody's around.
No,
Everybody
see,
was
again,
injured. Everybody was injured.
Chudi, last year, Arsenal
Last year,
had...
McTominay did not touch the ball because nobody was injured.
Wait. Last year, Arsenal were fighting for the table, playing a left-footed centre-back as a centre-back on the wrong side, playing holding. Cedric was getting games. Saliba, Zinchenko, Partey, White, all of them were injured. Nobody said, "Oh, sorry, your players are injured." So I don't buy it. I'm sorry. Like there was a time when injury to make me feel bad for. I don't care anymore because you guys are destroying my sympathy. It doesn't make any. You cannot spend the type of money you're spending on these players.
You have to be better than us. Come on, man.
No, I don't care. You can't spend the money
Just
you're
'cause we
spending on
are
these players.
agenda.
You can't spend the money you're spending on these players. I say it for the 3rd time in a row. Like, and then be saying, "Oh, they can't play the way he wants them to play."
Yes, that part. But that's not. You're talking about something else. You're talking
Ten
about the
Hag
part. You're
has
talking
spent.
No,
You're
Sorry,
talking about the
Ten
part of
Hag.
Ten Hag.
Wait. Ten Hag has spent as much money as Arteta has in the entire stay at Arsenal.
But no, hold on. No, that's what I'm saying. You're shifting the argument here. Don't shift it.
To what?
You guys keep shifting it to the parts of Ten Hag that I agree with you in. His recruitment has been shit. No one is talking about
What
that.
do you not agree
His
with
recruit-
that he has to play with?
Okay.
Arteta.
Simple
Wait,
question.
sorry. Arteta won something with players that were horrible. Like you look at their names, they look like they were good. But if you go back and see the level they were playing at, they were not at the level. But he put something together for a couple of months. Like basically, he gave them
That is
12
my
to 18
point.
months. And if you look at other managers at bad teams, that's what they do. 18 months of sensational football, and then they can't bring anything else out. So you can't tell me you join a club, you buy your first choice left centre back, you buy your first choice DM, you buy your first choice goalkeeper, your first choice winger, your first choice striker, and then you're like, oh, because
Those guys get injured.
One is-
Yeah, not one. It's not one.
Okay, sorry.
It's
sorry.
one, bro.
So,
The
so
center,
Chidi,
the
question.
two
Wait.
midfielders you bought are injured. Your left back that you bought is injured. Your centre back that you bought is injured. It's not just one.
Okay,
What are you
fine.
talking about?
Okay, Chudi, simple question. Is Ten Hag good enough in your estimation? Yes
That's
or no?
It's a difficult question.
Is
to
he
answer.
Yes or
good
no?
enough?
It's not a yes or no question. It's not a
No.
yes or no
See,
question.
Based off what you've seen, would
It's
you
not a
want
yes-
him to
it's-
be your
it's-
manager
yeah,
when
it's
you
not
have
a
a
yes
good sporting
politician.
director?
It's not a yes or no question.
Should he? Wait,
Skip,
wait,
is Poch
wait.
good enough?
If
Yes or no?
I feel like it's not a yes or no question, simply because, like I said it time and time again, last
He hasn't been
season,
good enough.
He had his
See,
players.
don't
He
skip
wasn't
to-
playing well.
Judy,
but he was
if you
winning.
have a
You
sporting
need to
director,
have this energy.
if you have a sporting director that buys you all the players that Ten Hag wants, knowing fully well the type of player Ten Hag wants in his team,
Yes,
do you think he's still going to be the right manager for your team?
I genuinely believe that. Yeah.
Knowing the type of player that he buys,
If we
Don't
get a
lie.
good if we get a good sporting director, right? And a good sporting director would not have let
Bro,
him buy him out.
how many
Confirm,
sporting
yeah?
directors are good?
He will let him buy him out. No, but I'm going in the hypothetical scenario of your question. Because there are a lot of players that would not have entered this field if we had a good sporting director. We would not have Amrabat if we had a good sporting director. We wouldn't. Yes or no?
I don't
Everybody
know,
in their
it's your
mother could
manager
have seen that
got
these
to-
guys. No, that's what I'm saying. But a good sporting director would have told him, no, bro. What are you thinking?
So you've
What are
never
you
said
thinking?
that Ten Hag is not good enough.
I'm sorry?
You've never said that Ten Hag is not good enough.
His recruitments
He
are
just
not good
did.
enough.
He just did.
Yeah,
He just
I
did.
asked you
Never
a
mind.
question. I didn't ask about recruitment. I didn't ask
His
about
recruitments are not
his
good enough.
family. I didn't ask about.
Judy, don't worry.
Like,
We've heard your
no.
answer. We've heard your
No,
answer.
no, no, no.
You ever said Ten Hag is not good enough?
Because the next thing he will say is that, oh,
Yes.
Ten Hag did not buy his
Honest.
players. How can you expect
No, no,
him to?
no,
do
no,
this?
no.
So
It's not
you've never
about
said
being honest.
he's not good enough. You've
I've
never
said he's
that.
not. I've said he's not good enough.
Okay.
End of
Relax.
story. Thanks.
Relax.
Thanks,
No,
bro.
no. Look at this guy. Look at this. This so confetti up in here.
Alright.
Yes, play
That's all
confetti
I
up in
want.
This
I
is
don't
bro.
want to go back and forth to this.
No,
I beg.
but stop. There's context to this. There's context to this. The only thing that would make me support a new manager is if the first thing this new manager comes is get rid of those 5 players.
Which
As long as
5
those 5 players, Scott, Maguire, Shaw, Bruno, Rashford. As long as those
Shaw?
5, yes. As
Best
long as
left
those-
back in the league,
As
sure.
long as those 5 are on our team, we are not winning anything. As Kachi will say, take that shit to the bank. We're not winning anything.
But
With those 5,
it
as long as
doesn't
those
say.
5 are starting,
I mean,
nothing.
didn't
Nothing.
they win
nothing.
something on that Ole one time?
No, Ole never won
Mourinho.
anything. Ole never won
Damn.
anything. Mourinho,
Fuck you.
I
But
don't,
he went to 2 finals.
yeah, but he didn't win nothing. Unless we're counting silver medals now. They won silver medal with them.
No,
Then that's it.
no, but my point is,
That's it.
you in particular, you put Mourinho's tenure at Man U on such a pedestal, but Ole was basically 180 minutes or a couple of goals away from having the same record as Mourinho. Both finished second, and if Ole won the 2 finals he was in, I know that was a big if, but I mean, if he won those, same record as Mourinho. So,
And use
like I
them
said,
guys.
as I said earlier, none of the managers since Fergie retired have been good enough. Maybe Carrick or
Relax.
Giggsy.
You can't be calling Carrick cookies. You actually just can't. But that's the thing, and I've said it many times. I feel like if you guys fully understand my beef with this team, what I'm understanding from what you guys are saying is you believe another manager can ball with McTominay and them. And
Guaranteed.
if that's what you guys are saying,
Yes.
then
I'm
we
saying
can
it.
just
So-
agree to disagree.
Let me tell you
That's what
why.
you're saying.
Can I
Two
tell you
things. You
why?
need to understand two
No,
things.
no,
Not
I mean,
win
yeah.
anything per se.
Mhm.
Be a proper functioning team with the current squad. It doesn't matter who he picks. With the current squad, another manager can actually function better with this team than what we're seeing from ETH and build something. Like you
But I
can't
mean-
just
I
say
agree.
get rid of X,
But
Y,
Aminu,
Z, and
but Aminu,
you bring in replacements
Can I-
and nothing
can I say
changes.
some- Can I say
The whole
something
point
fundamental
is
here?
to build.
Can I say
build.
something
He's not
fundamental
building.
here?
He's
No,
he's
no.
unbuilding. He's
We have,
destroying.
we have to end this episode. But can I say something fundamental here? At the end of the day, let's be real. It's a result based business, and what you're saying is you want a manager that can have a structure and entertain us with shit players but lose, because that's exactly what you're saying. Because
No,
that's what Ange is doing. That's what Ange is doing with Conte's players.
Arteta
He's
did
dealing
it.
with his players
No, no.
too, so
No, I'm not-
I
I'm
don't
talking-
know what the difference
No,
is.
no. No,
Go and
bro,
watch
guy,
Pep's
relax.
first season. Go and watch Arteta's first season.
What did Pep
and go and
win
watch
his first season?
Klopp's first season.
What did
All
Pep
of
win
them
his
didn't
first
win
season?
anything.
Nothing. Exactly. That's what I. That's
Arteta
my
won
point.
something.
That's my point.
What's the, do you
I-
win
Yeah,
FA
no,
Cup
no.
this season?
No,
Yeah.
but
No.
Aminu. No, Aminu.
Yeah.
That's my. No, wait,
They
stop
were all
talking about Arteta.
building.
That's my point. They are building away from the shit players that they have. They're getting
No,
their own
but-
players.
No, they were
Arteta
building
didn't
with-
buy.
they were building with
Arteta
the
didn't
bad players.
buy a player like a proper player until the start of the third season that he was playing. He was coach of Arsenal.
You cannot call an outlier and make it the rule. Name
I'm
another
not
manager
saying-
who did that shit. Name another manager who did that
Stop.
shit.
Arteta.
Stop calling Pep, because these guys did not win anything in their first season either. They didn't.
No, but you
I'm
could
not
What did
see
asking
what
what
did Klopp
nobody.
win? What did Klopp
I'm
win
No.
with the
asking
shit
you
players?
to win. Relax. I'm not
Trudy,
asking you
wait,
to win.
wait.
I'm asking you to
Trudy.
build.
I mean, let
Are
me
you
ask.
understanding
Let
me?
me say something. Let me just say something. The whole point of this is who is likely to be positioned to do better after City are done, right?
Yeah. No,
So
that's a
you
separate.
always-
That's a separate
You,
question.
yeah,
Alexander.
but like
Yeah,
you
go on.
always have to be building towards something. Can you see
Yes.
anything that this man is
Anything.
doing that tells you
Anything.
anything?
But that's the thing,
Anything.
though.
Name
That's
one
the thing.
thing.
No,
But
like
that's the
even
thing.
if the players are fit, assume the players are fit. What is he building?
If the players are fit, we have a different discussion entirely. Because remember, the prerequisite for my
This guy's
statement
not getting
was
it.
and always has been, we have never been playing well. But last season, we're winning. Where was this Eric Ten Hag energy last season? No
I
way,
was
because we
telling
were
you-
winning. Yeah, you were.
No.
Edosa was. Apart
I was
from
saying
Edosa,
that was
nobody was.
rubbish.
Nobody was. That's my prerequisite. It's a result-based business. When you're not playing well, it's obvious you're not playing well, but the results paper over the cracks. Now
is
that it's
not true.
obvious we're not
Even
playing
last
well,
season, people were
Yeah.
saying the team wasn't playing well, but we were getting results. And I've
but
always
nobody
said
was saying
that is not
him out.
sustainable.
You were saying, but you were never saying Eric Ten Hag out. You
Yes,
weren't.
because
Nobody
it
was.
benefit of
No,
doubt, but
but-
now I've seen
but-
enough to say
Because he's
it's not
losing.
good enough.
Because it takes me back to
No,
what I'm
because the performances have caught up to the results, or the
It-
results have
it
caught up
takes
to
me
the
back to-
performances.
it takes me back
That's
to-
Results
just
that
what
caught
it
up
is.
to
it
performances.
takes me back to
Yeah.
what I said before. I feel like at your core, you're saying
Hag
that
apologies.
you want a manager that can
No,
have a
no.
structure
Stop saying
and
whatever
ball
you're
with
saying.
these shit players, but lose. That's what you're saying. Because these players
But-
cannot win anything. They can't.
You're not
Can I-
listening.
can I-
We're
Players,
talking
they can't.
about building to
Trudy, wait.
improve. You can't say
So-
Go
anything
on.
that Ten Hag has improved since he got here. Not one thing.
That's
So
the
stop
first
it.
point. The
You
second
can't say
point is
anything has
that
improved.
second part is that given that you're not expected to win anything,
What do you mean?
that you're losing isn't the problem.
Yes.
It's that there isn't anything that is coming
look
out of you
forward to.
losing.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea now, potentially, all this is tuition for the fact that one day 14 of all those boys they bought will be very good.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like compartmentalize the nonsense that's going on.
Yeah.
United sign old players, have a manager that can't do anything with who's on ground already.
Relax. But
You are
no,
always
no.
no,
You can't say
no,
that
wait.
because he did it last season. He did. You can't
No,
count
he
this season because
didn't.
these players have not played this season. They haven't. They
Trudy, I don't
haven't.
understand it.
Well,
Wait, hold on. Relax. Just listen to
Okay.
me.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to win anything. Can we
No.
agree on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Be-
So the point of you playing right now cannot be you want to win right now. It's more of a so that next year in a better position to kick on, and then the year after that you can kick on.
okay.
All your best players that you're talking about to be 32 next summer.
Okay.
So they are not the future. So you have to buy again.
Okay.
This guy has shown that you cannot trust him to buy anything.
True.
Not a
okay.
goalkeeper, not a striker, not a defender, not a midfielder. So at what point do you tell him, I don't want your input? Because if it's you want a sporting director to buy good players, then you might as well change the manager to somebody that can use players that don't matter. That they are player agnostic.
But Skip, are you trying to see my points? My problem with these guys, you keep every time we're having this discussion, you guys keep taking it back to the things of Ten Hag that I have already agreed with you with.
No, we're
Which
telling
is-
you, you're not
is not-
looking at
No,
that thing
I'm
hard
looking at that
enough.
aspect because- no, you just said it. I already agreed with you that recruiting he's not good in recruiting. So why are we talking
So
about that?
what are you
We're
looking
already
forward to in Ten Hag?
I'm saying-
Tell us
I'm
what
saying-
he's good at. Tell us
I'm
what
Okay,
he's
saying-
good at.
wait. So at his best, when he was in Ajax, what was he good at Ajax?
He was good at possession. He was good at possession football and playing from the back
Okay,
at Ajax.
when you had all your players on the pitch at United, have you guys strung together 20 passes in a row?
We were not doing that. No, okay. I'm trying to see your
Okay,
point here.
so-
We weren't doing that. Okay.
So what exactly, if his best he cannot implement even with his best players, what exactly is he trying to implement in your team that is going to set
Again,
you up for success?
Again, you guys make me keep repeating my points.
Okay,
It's
maybe
a
I don't hear your
result-
point
no,
the first
my-
500 times.
My points are number one, it's a results-based business. He wasn't doing any of these things last season, but he was winning. He came third and he won a trophy.
Okay.
The energy
you
for
got that
Ten Hag,
luck,
hold
right?
on, wait, now relax. The energy for Ten Hag out should have been there since then because, hey, we're not seeing any style of play here. We're not seeing any
But-
of these things. We should have said it then. Not now that
I
he's
said
playing.
it, and I'm still saying it. I'm not sure why you're shouting out.
Not now that he's playing with
I'm
bad.
consistent.
No, not now that he's playing with bad players because these bad players. I'm worried that, and like I said, if you guys understand where I'm coming from, my understanding is that you believe any manager can take McTominay and them to make them play well. And if that's the case, we can just respectfully
Trudy,
disagree and end the
Trudy,
thing right now because
Wait.
there's no-
Do you remember when you guys were running out with Fellaini and Anderson was actually good. So
Schneiderlin.
Park
Schneiderlin and them.
Schneiderlin, Park Chu-young, and playing 8 center backs and thrashing guys 4-0. It, like, ultimately, you can play a good game with anybody. You cannot tell me that Fulham have better players than United.
Bro, Fulham, Guy McTominay there. I would take
Okay,
any
brother.
midfielder in the world over
Trudy.
McTominay.
That
Yeah,
is
in
not true.
the world. Man from our youth academy is playing better than this guy. Nobody's batting an eye. Are you trying
Manu is a Champions League midfielder prospect. That guy had potential to be one of the best midfielders in the generation. You're not going to compare him to what's his face?
to
McTominay.
someone who you just said scores and carries Scotland? Like, what are we saying here, man?
But it's something.
Shit. Skip.
I think at the end of the day, you need to look at it like this. All the players the manager signed, they haven't made any impact. I can't think of
They
one that
did when
made.
they were not injured. What are you talking about, man?
You're saying they did when they were. I can't remember you guys being in top 3.
No, that time, wait. There was that time they were in the
no.
league. They were in the league.
Wait. No.
They were in the
What I'm
title race
saying-
3 times before October last year, brother. Don't say that, bro.
I'm saying no. I'm saying this season. Last
They've all been
They're
injured.
going
this
to tell you
season.
that
thing
they are
is that-
injured.
The thing is that you will get away with a lot of things as long as you're winning. As far you can play the worst football for like the whole season, but if you win, hey, you get
Exactly.
it. But immediately you are not winning and you are now not doing well. That's when everybody will
But
complain.
another thing I gotta say, Skip, I believe that we're above the level of comparing or judging players based on one game. We're looking at this holistically. That's why I look like it's banter when we know Rashford is shit, but if he scored yesterday, he's not all of a sudden the king of England. He's just
Not
still
30
shit,
goal Rashford,
right?
bro.
He's still shit, right? Our
30 goal
players,
Rashford
our
shit.
main players from last season, have they all played together a string of up to 6 games this season?
Bro, the best players for Arsenal haven't played. I didn't see anybody
Trudy-
crying for them.
but
So
Trudy-
same thing for
but Trudy,
City, same thing for
almost-
Chelsea. And
Almost 70% of the teams in Premier League, actually
Not
80,
not
can
up
actually
to
make
us.
that claim.
Not up
What are you
to
talking
us. Not
about?
up to us, bro.
Newcastle.
bro,
Newcastle.
if wait,
Yeah, Newcastle.
Tottenham,
Yeah, Newcastle. Newcastle. Where are they? Where are they in the table? Exactly.
Trudy.
With us.
They are
They're
both-
right beside us. They're right beside us. Exactly. Exactly. They're right beside us. We have the same injuries. They're right beside us. Exactly.
don't
Next.
start crying,
let me
bro.
ask
You
you
don't
a
have
question.
fun.
Next.
Let me ask you. Okay, wait. You see again, you keep going harping about where they are on the table, you're not understanding what I mean by building. If Newcastle and United play today, actually they already played this season and they destroyed us. What do you think will happen? Like, if
With
they
all
play
the
today,
players
what do you
fit.
think will happen?
But that's what I'm saying.
No, even with
Aminu.
all these injuries, what do you think will happen?
But
if
Aminu, but
both
that's what I'm
teams play
saying.
today?
I feel like what you're defending is you want a style of play and process, and you're okay to lose. I feel like that's what you're saying.
Because it's called
I'm
tuition,
saying we are
brother.
going
Because-
to lose
because-
anyway.
because-
Let
because-
us build for the future. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
And
saying.
I'm saying we cannot build for the future with these 5 on our team. We just can't.
I disagree, and it's not about those
You-
5 specifically. It's about the squad. We can't say
Yeah.
5 like it's only 5 players.
I know,
in this
like
team.
Maguire that
And
he
choose
put
who
him
he wants to
inside
choose.
his net when they cross the ball.
He's dropping Varane for tactical reasons. These are his choices.
Yeah.
Okay, now Licha is back.
Mm-hmm.
Casemiro is back. Ahmad is back. Who else is back? Everybody's back now, right? No injuries
yeah.
except maybe
Without
Luke.
No more
a left back.
injuries.
Yeah, without a left back. But okay.
What-
go
what-
on.
Yeah, but
What do you
Delo
mean
and
by that?
Wan-Bissaka can cover each wing, right?
Yeah.
Each position. So
Okay.
what would be the excuse when nothing changes?
Yeah, now we're speaking hypothetically. What if
No,
we don't know if nothing's going to change? We
Wan-Bissaka
don't.
is not
What
a
do you-
left
But we
back.
don't.
That's the excuse.
Okay, what do you expect will happen?
I
with
expect the
everybody
same of
fit?
with everybody back. I expect the same of last season.
Right.
So
what?
nothing. Then.
No standard
So
of
no-
play, but we'll be winning. No standard of play,
can-
but we'll be winning.
Can we?
That's
I'm
what I
not going to
expect.
gamble, but can we bet live on air that nothing is going to change and you're not going to be winning any games too? Like, I'm willing to place that bet. Like, cause again, the issue that United have is that there is nothing that you win that is not just luck. It's not like you outplayed anybody. All the shots are long-range shots that just somehow entered the net or passed through 6 people to enter the net. It's the reverse of Arsenal. At some point, you can't keep scoring like that.
But that's the thing. Like, and we have to really end this episode. You guys are getting me on a run. But like Skip said, you can't bring up this problem and not have a solution. Who should we get?
Oh,
That will solve
Fire
this
the
problem.
manager.
And
Go and sign Simeone or go and get some Porto coach or the Sporting coach. Hell, even the Fulham coach can do better than this guy, bro.
Okay. Like,
No, like
Like-
I'm actually being dead ass.
okay.
I'm
You
being
realize
dead
that 2 of the 4 people you mentioned, you didn't even mention their names because you don't know their names. Nobody knows these guys. Nobody knows these guys.
Go and
I
get
don't
What is
understand.
it?
What do you mean nobody
Ange
knows
from
these guys?
Spurs.
But it's okay. It's okay. So, because you're really the problems that we have are problems that realistically only great managers can solve.
That's not true.
Okay. Then I stand to be corrected.
You
I
guys
stand
need
to
to
be
hire
corrected.
me, bro.
Anybody,
One season.
no matter who they put in that position, as long as those 5 are still on the team, starting, no
Can you name
difference.
the
Take that
5?
one. I named the 5.
McTominay,
Shaw,
Maguire.
McTominay, Maguire, Rashford, Bruno.
It's not.
If
Those
those
5
5
players
are
have
starting-
gotten new contracts in the last 2 years. They're the one causing your own problem.
That's the
man.
problem. That's the problem. That's
so-
what I'm saying. That's the
You
problem.
cannot- You can't.
And-
You can't keep talking about these 5 players like it's a team that are playing 5 aside. Like you have.
Like,
a
who's
full
going to
squad.
replace them? Who replaced Rashford
cannot-
in your
You
team?
cannot tell me that this team has a worse squad than Sheffield, Burnley, Luton, Everton, Brentford, Crystal
Fulham.
Palace, Fulham, even West Ham. Like you
Even
can't
Villa
tell me
self, Loki.
Villa
Actually,
and
they sorted out their
and,
centre
um,
back, so
But
they
with
better not.
even Spurs. You cannot tell me that this team.
Yeah, you
has
guys have a
a
better
worse
team than
squad.
Spurs.
I can't tell you that we have
Arguably,
a
Newcastle
better
is the
squad
team
than
that
them.
would say
No,
is
right?
equal, but
I
you can't tell me.
I can't tell you that they have a better squad than us. But what I can tell you for 100% sure, and I know you will agree with, those guys, their
Reminder is shit.
midfielders. No, their midfielders. They can have possession of the ball and carry the, which is something our midfielders cannot do. You
Wait,
cannot
wait,
win a game
wait,
when your
wait.
midfielders cannot do that.
So
Bruno
just
cannot
stop there.
carry-
Stop
Okay.
there. I have a quick
Luton,
question.
Luton,
Wait.
Sheffield, and
Aminu, wait. Who are the midfielders that your manager signed?
Casemiro and Ericsson,
And
who
Mount.
were winning. And
Wait,
Mounts, bro.
and
Mounts
Mount.
is
Wait,
a whole.
wait, relax. He signed
Go on.
him, please. I don't. Which out of the three can hold ball and has good and technical ability on the ball? That will not die if he runs for 30 minutes straight.
But why are you taking us back to what I've already had? You see, remember I said you guys keep doing
No,
this.
no,
I already
because
agreed
you're
that his
saying
recruitment was bad. So why do we keep going back there?
Okay,
Because-
so you're telling me
I agree
you'd
that the
rather
recruitment
have-
is bad. Why do we keep going back there?
So
We keep going back
You're
there.
telling me
Oh, why?
you'd rather have Burnley's midfield.
apparently,
I rather have
Sheffield's midfield.
I rather have Burnley's midfield.
I know Barclays in Luton. You'd rather have
I
Luton's
rather have
midfield.
Burnley's
you rather
midfield
have
if
Lokonga.
McTominay has to do with our starting lineup. Easy.
if
easy
this
choice.
if that's
Easy
choices
choice.
that the manager can
Easy-
make.
Is it? No, but that's the thing. He only starts
It's a
McTominay when
joke,
we have
man.
injuries, and that's this season. He
You
doesn't
see
start McTominay when we
McTominay.
don't.
You
when
see
we don't have
McTominay.
injuries.
You
We
see
didn't see him.
McTominay in West Ham now. Don't worry.
That's just the thing. It's simple as any midfield that McTominay is starting, I'd rather have any other midfield. Easy. Even call Derby County's midfield, I'd rather have their own midfield over a midfield that McTominay is there. Because he's not there. You have a man down when he's on the pitch, and you guys know it. So come
Did
on.
McTominay start the last
Come on,
game?
man. He didn't start the last game. No.
Okay.
He didn't
Did
start the
we
last game.
dominate that game when McTominay was not on the pitch? Did we dominate the midfield? Oh, so
mean-
now it's somebody else. Who are you
No,
I want
going
to
to
bust-
now?
I want to
but
bust
did
your
we
mind.
lose? Did we lose?
I want to bust your
We were
mind.
outplayed.
Exactly.
Did
Did we lose though?
ridiculously.
Exactly. Did we lose?
So-
Which
So this
wait,
is not your argument.
Did
Did
we-
we lose
Did we lose?
when we get
Exactly.
outplayed?
you said
For long
you said
stretches.
McTominay did not do
So-
anything, did not play last year, Abi.
I didn't say he didn't
McTominay-
play last year. He didn't start when those guys were healthy. No, he did not. He did not
So
start.
your issue is that
he
he
came
did not
off the
start, not
bench.
that he did not
He
play.
came off the bench when the team was won and the game was won and all that stuff. I'm not saying he did not play 1 minute. But for somebody to be starting like, okay, this is our starting level. Go and get us something. Come on, man. Come
All
on.
right.
You guys know this. Why you acting like
It is what it is.
I'm making crazy conspiracy theories here?
You are, but it's all right.
Come on, man. Come on. But like I said, if the thing is you guys believe another manager can come in and those 5 are starting and we can win something,
Stop
then
saying those 5 are starting. Take this squad.
The whole
The
squad,
The whole squad. Forget all these
injuries and
McTominay,
all.
no.
The whole
No.
squad. This squad. Stop singling out players like they must play. Like it's not by force.
But
They have to play these players.
Aminu, that's my point. This season they must play because of injuries. That's my
That is
point.
not true. That
Who
is not.
doesn't
That
have
is
it?
not true.
Everybody has truly everybody in
But
the
not
league
like
has more
us.
injuries
Stop
than
it
on
now.
average.
Stop it.
That's
not
not
like
true.
us.
That's
Not
not
like
true.
us. Stop
Aminu
it.
sent the list of
Come
injuries
on.
the other day. Let
Stop
me go and
it.
find it.
Go find this.
Wait.
Not like us. The only thing that
Newcastle
has like
has
us
the
in
most-
Newcastle now, they're right beside us. Not like us.
Newcastle,
Stop it, man.
Chelsea, and all of them play better than us. That's the whole point.
But that's the go back to my point. So you're okay playing good and losing. Because we're still
Yes.
losing. You're still losing
Yes.
with us. They're beside us on the table. So you have the entertaining game but still lose. Us will have a shit game but still lose.
You need to
So
understand
what-
something. You are going to lose anyway, but
Exactly.
lose with a purpose to build for the future, so that in the future you don't lose. That is what we're
get.
trying to say.
You hope
he is not
that you don't
building
lose.
anything.
You hope that you don't, because it's not guaranteed. Yeah?
Pep
Not,
lost in his
nothing
first
is
season.
guaranteed in this
Arteta
life.
lost in his first season. Klopp
That
lost
didn't
in
lose
his
in his
first
first
season.
season. No. It's after the first season that they
But,
lose.
but remember what I
Doesn't
said
matter.
about.
First 2 seasons, we can even count the first 2 seasons for all of them.
But remember what I said
They
about.
were steady buildings.
But
block
remember
by
what I said
block,
about
brick by brick.
you're mentioning great managers at this point, and
Arteta is
not
great.
he's not really winning anything right now. Anyway,
Damn,
It's a
Mateta
quality
is great.
shield.
I'll take that. Maybe
Like,
I'll see if
come
I
on,
can
man.
listen to you.
Come on.
Poch
Come
and
on.
Eddie Howe, Poch and Eddie Howe, you can see they are building
They are
something.
building. What have they won, though? Nothing.
You just
Nothing.
You're stuck on winning.
Because it's a result-based business.
So
How long
if
will you
they
be
win
building?
tomorrow- So
How
if they
long will you
win
be
tomorrow,
building?
what do you mean
until
this is
you
Eddie Howe's
win.
second season?
How long can you be building?
You build until you win.
Come on,
Chidi.
man.
It's
Oh,
Poch's
we're
first
building, we're
season
building,
and
we're
it's
building.
Eddie Howe's second season. What are you talking about?
Ten Hag has won already. They haven't. That's what I'm talking about. No?
Oh, well,
Bro, I have my trophy. You there, keep building. What the fuck
We
are you
already
building?
know
We're all
Okay,
together on the
wait.
table
Ten
here.
Hag is
That-
not good enough. Let's
That
leave
trophy
it at
that
that.
he won, does it make you feel happy?
You
Like,
I
are you
wish
proud
have-
of the trophy?
No, but it's better than nothing. Is my point. It's better than nothing. Is my point. It's
It's
better than saying
obviously
we're just
not.
building. Well, it's
Obviously
better than saying,
not.
oh, we're just
See
building.
how
We're
upset
just
you are
building.
right now.
No, I'm not upset. I'm trying to make you guys understand. All these guys that you're calling, we're all in the same bracket of the table, 7th and below. No, be so. We have a trophy. They don't.
Okay,
So what are you? This building
looking.
that you've been building.
Sorry, let me ask
Who
you a
did we beat
question.
in that
Looking,
final? Who did we beat?
Damn,
in the final?
Newcastle, we beat them exactly.
And what happened in that game?
I don't understand. We scored 2 goals. They didn't score any goal. What are you getting at?
Did we outplay them?
I don't remember. Does
No,
it
you
matter?
Of
didn't.
course you do.
Yes.
matter.
They
Doesn't
outplayed
Yes, it
us.
does.
Does
They
it matter?
outplayed
Yes,
us.
it does.
They can take the outplay to the back. I'll take my medal. Oh yeah, outplay us. It's good.
No, but
good
Chidi,
game.
And then
okay,
you,
good
and then
character.
you know why this team doesn't progress when every manager is only
Come on,
thinking
man.
about
Should be.
short-term
I-
results instead of thinking about
Exactly.
long-term success.
Exactly.
That's
At
the
some point,
problem.
you need to realize that.
Playing McTominay every game is thinking short-term. Oh, he scored
Yes.
2 goals against
Yes.
Brentford. He was
Yes.
Go bring another
exactly.
academy player.
Exactly. He should not be
No.
on the pitch. He shouldn't.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So did somebody
I gotta wrap
somebody picked him
I
for
gotta
Ten
wrap
Hag?
up.
Like
I
he
gotta
cannot
wrap
go
up.
and get a
I gotta wrap up. Because now, yeah, everybody was injured. That's why he picked him. He wasn't
No
starting at the
academy
beginning of
player.
the season.
an
We should
academy
not get
player
another
that he can
academy.
put
There's
on the
another.
pitch.
There's an academy player beside him already. We should not get another academy player. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
why not? Why not? What do
Like,
you have
come
to
on.
lose? You're not winning anything.
Come on. Like let's be reasonable
All
here.
right.
All right. So that's Man U's problem. Unfortunately, the guy to help us talk about Liverpool's problems.
Nobody cares
haven't-
about Liverpool, bro. Let's keep it moving.
Never a problem. Thank you guys for joining us on this very long episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys for being here. Some guys skip left early. I didn't even notice when he left. Man was so heated. Thank you guys.
Guy
for
could not
watching.
believe your
And as
takes,
always-
bro.
as always, continue to enjoy football. What takes is it here? Like I said, man, Ten Hag is bad, but as long as they don't get rid of those 5, we ain't going nowhere. Simple as.
I mean,
Simple
get
as.
rid of them, you ain't going nowhere, bro.
Simple as.